Previously, Ceres, Aerith, and Gwei continued exploring the tunnels in an attempt to confirm what direction they should head in next. Meanwhile, the others were attacked by a zombie T-Rex, because it's the fucking abyss, and the three explorers rushed back to help after getting a silent message from Arian. The group was able to kill it easily, much to the DM's disappointment. Aerith and Gwei started back in the direction they'd rushed from to continue exploring, while Arian, Iridian, and Zallar decided to check out the room that the zombie T-Rex had come from. And, as they soon found out, there was also a death tyrant inside of it. Because it's the fucking abyss. Ceres and Zero, hearing the commotion, rushed ahead to help, only for Zero to immediately get charmed. Iridian was turned to stone. Ceres was paralyzed, and Arian almost died instantly, but was able to teleport away, only to immediately be hit by a disintegration ray and turn to dust. Once again, both Ceres and Zallar had a very clear view as it happened, because the universe has a sense of humor. Then Zero, affected by madness, started attacking Iridian's turned-to-stone body and broke off one of his arms, prompting Velora to attack him. Poppy took control of Zero and forced him to stop attacking, while Ceres held her rapiers out at both him and Velora in case either of them tried attacking the other again. Zallar took advantage and turned Zero into a Porygon. That is, a cyborg badger, close enough. Aerith, who had been further away with Gwei, teleported into the room as she'd felt the heartbeat from her ring stop the moment Arian had been disintegrated. She immediately began screaming once she realized what had happened. Poppy used Greater Restoration to turn Iridian back from stone, albeit without the arm that Zero had broken off. She then cast it on Zero, returning him to his normal self. Iridian sent a message to Mira, asking if they could help bring Arian back to life instead of helping with the Orcus fight. They told him that they couldn't get to the group, and the group going back wasn't really an option. So he tried Divine Intervention again. And rolled a 9. We're currently at level 18, which means it worked. Holy shit. The Archheart gave him one chance to cast True Resurrection, despite him not having it prepared, and he settled down to start the ritual. Zallar went first, telling Arian that they were family. Then came Aerith, who told him that their story hadn't even truly started yet. And last was Iridian, who played a song and called Arian his brother after reminding him that his sister and nephew were still being held captive. With a DC of 13, the DM rolled a 19, and the ritual worked. As the ritual ended and Arian's naked body was reformed, Zero dashed off. Carxus saw him and shouted at the others. Ceres ran after him, while Arian, still naked and just brought back from the dead, used Dimension Door to get ahead of him since there was only one entrance to the area of the tunnels that they were in that they knew about. Aerith turned into a raven and followed. It took some persuading, but they managed to convince Zero to stay with the group. Poppy suggested that they spend the night in the Astral Sea to give them a chance to recuperate. She knew someone who owed her a favor that she was fairly certain could make sure they came back to the same place. Carxus said he'd stay behind and hurried off on his own, calling back that he'd meet with them the next day. The others were skeptical. As they plane shifted, the group saw a huge number of shadows heading their way, and they realized that bringing someone back from the dead while in the plane of Orcus might have drawn some attention, just a tiny bit. And that's where we left off.